Greetings, generous, earthy, nurturing Taurus. My name is Eliane Nicole. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, and now I'm going to do the June 2020 forecast for the sign of Taurus. I'm going to read the tarot cards, and I'm also going to look at the planets and the transits. And I recommend you watch the video for your sun, moon, and rising sign. If you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, you should definitely contact me for a reading. Everyone should have their birth chart done at least once in life. It's a wonderful tool for self-awareness and self-discovery. And it really does make a difference having a reading with a live person versus computerized readings. And yeah, so as we enter the month of June, Taurus, you have the Ace of Pentacles, which this could be a gift, financial or otherwise. It can also be a job offer. It could also be just the offer of a new opportunity in general. And you are covered by the Queen of Rods reverse. This is a woman who is being bossy or controlling. You were crossed by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is about commitments. It looks like Taurus is working on commitments over the month of June. This could be just the idea, commitments in general. It could have to do with commitments to a particular institution, group, organization, something like that as well. The basis of the situation, the Seven of Rods. It looks like Taurus is really holding their own in the month of June. Energetically, maybe there's a lot of things coming from a lot of different directions, and you are able to really stand your ground and hold your own. What's leaving is the Nine of Cups. It looks like your wish, you had a wish come true. What could come into being is the Ace of Cups reversed. So this could be somebody, yourself or someone else, feeling hurt feelings around the 13th through the 15th. This looks like it could be that someone is not expressing their emotions. It could be the delay in the birth of a new idea, a delay in some situation around love and happiness. What will come into being is the Ten of Swords reversed. So this is getting over a completion of some kind. It could be getting over being sick or exhausted or just an ending that happened in your life. What will come into being is the Page of Cups. This is a child, very sweet, happy. I'm sorry, this isn't what will come into being. This is actually fears or insecurities. So it looks like you're having some concerns around a very sweet child. And if it's not, if you don't have children, then this would mean that you're having concerns over a new creative project or a new romance. And if neither of those apply to you, for instance, if you are a young person, like in your early 20s, this could be you, and that you may be having fears or insecurities around romance or creativity. This is why it's best for me to read for people in person, because the cards have a scale of meanings, and depending on who you read for, as a reader, you kind of tune in and key into where they are in the scale of what that card represents. Others see you as the World reversed. So this could be that there are delays in your vision coming to life. It could mean that your vision is coming to life, but not in the way, quite in the way that you thought it would, that you imagined. And this could also mean that you are canceling or postponing overseas travels plans. Positive feelings, the Four of Wands reversed. So it looks like there's an event with a twist around it towards the end of the month. And I know for many of us, any events that were taking place and definitely have a twist around them. You know, we're having Zoom reunions reunions with our friends. We're having birthday parades and graduations. So there's lots of events with a twist, and I think people understand that concept now more than ever. So it looks like there's an event with a twist towards the end of June for Taurus that you feel very happy and positive about. And then the outcome is the Knight of Swords reversed. Towards the end of the month, we see a man who is conflicted about something. So that's the tarot overview for Taurus. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about the planets. June 2nd, Pallas, the asteroid Pallas, is going retrograde in Capricorn. And previously, I've not been talking about the asteroids too much on these videos, but I think I'm going to start to more because they are really significant in interpretations. And you know, don't worry about it if you don't know exactly what they mean. Again, I'm always here to read for you, to talk to you about the sky and the planets, and to better understand your chart. So you can always contact me to read and talk about this stuff further. But in general, for Taurus, this Pallas retrograde is going into the house of travel, higher education, philosophy, all of these things. So it looks like Taurus is going to be re-strategizing, reviewing your strategy around this area: education, philosophy, spirituality, religion, all of these things. June 3rd, Vesta is moving to Cancer. And yeah, this is another asteroid, Vesta, and I just think in general, Taurus, in the month of June, there's going to be a devotion to your own voice. I think you are also going to be devoted to learning something new, possibly, you know, to keep your inner flame alive. You need to be learning, you need to be writing, you need to be communicating. There needs to be a personal devotion for Taurus in June around these areas. Also, devotion to your siblings could come up in June as well, or devotion to your neighbors. These are important things for your own spiritual inner flame in the month of June, Taurus. And June 5th is the full moon prenumbral lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. For Taurus, this is taking place in the 8th house. The 8th house is the house of sex, death, rebirth, regeneration, and transformation. The lunar eclipse can bring out the shadow, or rather illuminate the shadow in ourselves or in others, which can be shocking. It can lead to endings, it can lead to culminations. The lunar eclipse is about letting go. It's about endings. Yeah, June 18th, Mercury is going retrograde in Cancer. Again, this is happening in the 3rd house of communication for Taurus. You know, Mercury in Cancer is emotional communication. You know, many people know what the Mercury retrograde vibe is, so I don't have to go into it too much. But because it's in the 3rd house, there could be emotional communication with siblings, there could be emotional communication with neighbors, there could be, you know, miscommunications with words, ideas, thoughts, while Mercury is going retrograde in your 3rd house. June 20th, the sun enters Cancer, so it's Cancer season. Again, Cancer season is illuminating 3rd house issues for Taurus. This is all around learning, thinking, speaking, writing, that kind of stuff. June 21st is the new moon and annular solar eclipse in Cancer. So this is a great time to set intentions around all things Cancer. This is setting intentions around the home, around the mother, around the inner sanctuary, around the past, around the ancestors. All of these things are the 4th house in Cancer. Yeah, so I always do a new moon altar. If you're interested in being a part of my new moon altar, definitely contact me. But you can also do your own altars at home. And on June 23rd, Neptune is going retrograde in Pisces. And Neptune retrograde, it mainly affects you if it hits your personal planets. And so that's why I encourage people to contact me for a reading to understand how this would affect your own chart. But in general, for Aries, Neptune is floating around in the house of is floating around in the 11th house. So that could be for Taurus. Did I say Aries just now? I meant to say Taurus. So that could mean fog in that area, vagueness in that area, which is the house of friends, groups, organizations, business associates. And June 25th, Venus goes direct after being retrograde since May 13th. Venus direct in Gemini, so this will be clearing up communication with friends or loved ones, intimate relationships, anything that may have happened during the retrograde period. It will mean the removal of creative block, writer's block for Taurian writers out there. So in general, things will start clearing up with relationships and the creative processes as June 25th comes. The shadow period for retrograde Venus is until July 31st, so there may be some residue, but we're out of the woods with the most strong impact of that Venus retrograde energy. June 27th, Mars enters Aries, for Taurus, that's going into the house, the 11th house of friends, business associates, groups, organizations. It looks like at that time of the month, Taurus will begin to start having a lot of drive in that area of life, a lot of like goals that you were going for. And June 30th is the Pluto-Jupiter conjunction. And for Taurus, it's a trine. This is collectively, I'm telling everyone to be mindful that we already experienced this exact aspect on April 4th. So what was going on for the collective then could be having a very likely repeat. There was a real surge of the virus going on at that time. I think we should be mindful that June 30th, we could be seeing a similar kind of energy in the collective. Personally, what this means in our charts will manifest in different ways. For those who are rich and powerful, this is a great time to expand power and wealth. Where this enters your chart could be a place of personal expansion and power for you. It could also be a place where a powerful or influential presence enters your life in that area. And for Taurus, that's in the house of travel, education, philosophy, higher truth, spirituality, religion, these kinds of things. So again, there's a lot of really great planetary energies going on that make it definitely worthwhile to look at your chart and look at the map of the life that the stars have for you. That wasn't the most articulate sentence, but thank you for joining me, Taurus. If you liked my video, please give me a like. If you didn't like it, give me a don't like. Please follow me on Instagram at astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole. I'm doing daily posts in the stories of the cosmic weather, what the kind of quick moving daily planetary alignments are. So that's really fun for me, and I think hopefully interesting for you. And I look forward to reading for you in person. I've been doing readings during quarantine on FaceTime and the phone. My clients have been loving it. It's very personal. It still really works. I can read for people in any city, all over the entire country or world. And I love doing it. So please contact me for a reading, Taurus. And have a great June.